Okay, I'm recording. Just having a look at what we got here. Man, it's swinging around so much. Like, that's dropped 4,500 pips down yesterday, and it's climbed back up 3,500 pips. Wow. Just bear with me, I've got to set up all my screens. Righto. Okay, so I'm trying to standardize stuff a bit. So I keep copying over from the yesterday's session to today's session, and I'll often leave these just hang out there till I use them. But all I'm doing is marking off to start the session. I'm just marking off. Green for me is a liquidity box in the long side, and it's the top. Usually these are just top and bottom. So again, it's just for me to see my story. No, great state secret in any of this stuff. big gap in there. That hasn't been filled. Will it? Who knows? I just mark it off to know it's there. I put this on 3 o'clock on my chart time. 3 o'clock's 10 o'clock Australian time. And then I use the purple line. I'm usually marking off, like, to me, there's a liquidity zone just there, and that's the underside of it. Same with these two in here, another one in there. It's micro. So there's a caution space in here. Get that line right. Just there, because we just got a little sideways movement in there, so that tells me there's a little something there. And I put the red line under. For me, for this to be truly short for me, it's got to break that. So this little microstructure up through here is going long. For it to be truly long, it has to crack the top of this green in a pretty solid way. Now, keep looking to the left to see what's there. I can only look to this here, and all that's there in this is this one here, and that coincides exactly with that one there. So this passing up through it now eliminates that. So the next one up is here. So all this down below is live, and everything is live and relevant to me in all that's above it. So all of this in here. So I could put, if you will, a green box over here. Through to there like that. And go down onto the 1 minute chart, go to the left to look for little structures. There's one in there, there's one here. So I'd probably take this one here, then I'd look at this one here. And that one there coincides with the one to the green on the other side. We run that right across. That feeds into that one just there. So we know that there is a little pocket over there. We put one on the top of that. So in my reading of it, we have liquidity. We have a pocket, if you will, of liquidity in this space in here. So on the face of it, don't expect a big drive through here, but once it gets to here, it'll, in my opinion, it'll keep going. I'd be expecting it to keep going. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. And so where's my I then set up shop here. I've got to go up to 5 because I've got $750 is the start of 0.05. So I'm I've worked it out on a spreadsheet. Good old spreadsheets. That the way I've worked it out is that I'm sizing my trades on 15 pip stop. So when I put 750 in here is my bank. That makes it 0.05. So as this steps up to $900 goes 0.06, to 1,050 goes 0.07, and that's how I've figured that out, and I just run that, and each time it goes under those numbers. So if this drops under 750, and you can see here, Chris, great example. Just sorry jumping around, but you can see here exactly where it reacted. You see that?
Yeah.
So we could go long here, but I'm still a bit cautious here because it did exactly what we expected it to do in the green. It came back looking for liquidity. Now that drop there is 140 pips.
Yeah, right.
Right, and we're on a 1 minute chart. So got that back under here. It's going to look for liquidity. Right, there it is, 15 pips. So that's a 1R. Go to history, mark it off today, $13 in the bank. We've opened the account. You got me all nervous watching me now. Right, now this is where I say you got to be cautious in this energetically wise. There's the wick in here and it's punched over that, so that's a good sign. Right, it's punching up and it's a good sign. It's not driving up real hard, but it's, you know, it's still trying to come back up. Again, I'm only going to take a short one in here. Out because it broke that, and it's where we haven't changed structure, but it's broken down now, so it's not solid. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Now I don't want to go short because we haven't gone through here yet. Bang. And it's hard because the ranges are huge at the minute. Like that's a 90 pip candle.
Yeah, I've got an ATR of $6 a minute.
I can go on again. You talk through. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I didn't get the commentary on those last two longs you opened up.
Got to the top here, and I probably was just too early, Chris. In my impression, it was up there. It was going to crack the top of that. It didn't. It should have stayed short. And again, the structure is short, so stay with short. and we're right on,
You still had a downhand structure.
yeah. You know, still do. It's still, you've got high, lower low, a lower high, lower low, high, and a higher low now. So we've got doubt.
You got a flag or a triangle there.
Yeah. And this to me, this the flip flop sort of, when it gets into that, I should be really cautionary, trading with caution, because it's now we've got a little pocket of liquidity through here. It's married off to its twice. You can call it a double top. Well, not really. Sort of, maybe. Is it going to break through? You know.
Yeah, those consolidation areas are the ones that get me.
Yeah. See, it's just broken now, right? So, but it's breaking into this top zone. So, it's got, you know, it's going to resist that push up until it clears that ground.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to be cautious with my language in terms of resistance and support and all that crap. It's liquidity. It's like it just keeps doing the same thing. I've got to repeat myself against that same story. Right? It's pushed up, sucked back, not strong. You know, we're going to end up here. First 30 seconds always is liquidity. The back 30 seconds to me is where it's going to finish, counts, even though I'm not worrying about the full completion of the candle. We've now got indecision. That candle's an indecision candle. It's an inside candle at this point. There it's just broken short, right? But how far is it going to go? Because you've then got your bottom in here. And then you've got another bottom there. So if it's going to go short, it's got to crack through those. And then you've got like this one here. Comes across to here. And that, there it is there. That's not uncommon either. And that gap from there to there, you're talking 47 pips.
Yeah, there it's
So you got a lower high and a higher low. Again, as you say, we're caught in this trap here.
I'm starting to draw those consolidation patterns or liquidity patterns,
Yeah.
so I can stay out of them.
I'm not going to stall on 20 7 pips when I want 30 and it'd have it drop away. It's like, well, could it keep going? Yeah, fine. No, I'll take the profit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is where now real caution, because we've still got this here. It's got to crack through, stay above, and I prefer to see it come back if I was going to stay out of the shit. Because it can just as easily drop away, form a double top, and then drop away.
Yeah. So if you were going to take that long, would you wait for a pullback?
I try to. Or a pullback. So if I want to go long, there's a better pullback because the top of the wick to where it was there is 24 pips. Fuck. And sometimes you're fucking slow on the button. See, this is where I'll get suckered into putting a second one on. Well, I sucker myself more than anything, but and then it'll drop away.
Sometimes.
What's that?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I don't like that. Oh, fuck. Eh? Always, and it's like, the other thing I'll say about yesterday is the day where it's where the gold is. So in other words, the way I experience this is the grind. These are the tougher days where you got to try and figure it out and you work it out, and you stick to your story. You keep grinding it away, and then yesterday to me is one of those days where chance favours a prepared mind. It's like it's that day, and those are the black swan days that occur every couple of weeks, every 2 or 3 weeks, and my brain is in the space. It's gold. It's just picking it up. And that's when you open the shoulders up and you can express yourself fully into that experience. Where these days this is where the discipline comes in to stay in these days. Does that make sense? It's like you pick it up, you make a few mistakes. You've got to learn your mistakes. You've got to keep practicing. And then every so often there'll be a day. And it might be one every 3 weeks. It might be one every 4 weeks. But that's it's like the farming idea of 1 year in 10 is an absolutely pays all the debt, it does everything. You have 2 or 3 good years and the rest of them are all drought or flood. And you just got to chip away and take it where it comes, you know? I don't know.
So that last long, you took 2 trades there.
I took that was I just didn't like where it was going. I don't want to get caught out because I'm back up in the space where mentally I'm still trying to practice getting used to the higher trade size, and it's a climbing trade size. And if you remember, this purple line here is the top of this rig to the left. We crunch all that up. That's all this space in here. What's that? It's a pool of liquidity. We know that's there. That's the bottom of the green. The top of the green is the bottom of it, and the top of the purple is the top of it. So we know that space is in there. So again, we got to show caution, like just, if you will, wisdom. Which
I'm just asking about the last 2 trades.
Sorry. Yep. Okay. Hang on. And so when this one here, this first buy, I got out of it here, I wasn't happy. And then when this one here pushed up, hang on a minute, let me open it up a bit. When this started to push, it was like, I want that. And I thought it was going to go there. We now got higher structure again. This one's higher than this one. This one's higher low. And that's why I put it on. And when it came back, I wanted more on it because I thought it was going to go. It's like it gave me all the indications. This candle broke this candle. It's like, okay, it's pull back, get on the pullback, and away we go. I got on here. That was a double click, should have been 1 trade because it broke this candle. Right? Then when it pulled back, it's like, right, add to it. We get a higher high.
You got out at the top of the week.
It took me out. That hit my that's a 33.8 pip win. Well, I got a 30 pip take profit on, and the one next to it was 14, and I brought those back to the 30.
Yeah.
All right.
You ever take profit target on every trade?
Yes. So, I don't know if you can see the screen over here on the right. This is CTrader, and so I've got the box ticked stop loss and take profit, and the stop loss is set at 30, but my trade size is based on that spreadsheet I showed you before. So I'm at 755 again. I went down to 0.04. Now I've got to go back up to 0.05. You can see in, it doesn't show it in here, volume. It shows closing volume there. So there's 0.04. I started out on 0.05, couple more on 0.05, went back to 0.04, and I'm back on 0.05. So now we've got a lower high. We've broken this little low in here. Again, we've got a little caution zone in there. And the thing that I want to reiterate, Chris, it just keeps doing it. All right, from there to there, feeds back into it, and it stops it. Sorry. And the top line is this one in here. Feeds back into that little micro pocket of liquidity. But I'm really cautionary because that broke that there.
Yeah.
Right? But it's above this one here. That little candle, again, 35 pips. And I sort of suspect today will be mostly an indecision sideways type of day because of the massive moves that have been on over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to do my best to be a little bit wise. So we're back up into this little liquidity zone here. Technically it should be a short down. So it should be a trade from here down to there. And again, I've got, written on the bottom of my screen here, where is the positive expectancy trade? Is that a positive expectancy trade? It's like, well, that's what it should be, but just as easy bounce back up and go,
It's trying to break up.
Yeah. So to go long up in here now, to reverse this and go this way, it's just travelled 88 pips in those two candles. It's like, well, okay, it's just broken the structure on the top side. I'm not sure I'm convinced. Like that arrow, I'll make that arrow, try and make it 30. Roughly, that's 30 pips.
Yeah.
So, looking for liquidity. It really is not finding it at the minute. We're in this pocket. And I look at things, Chris, like one candle up, 3 candles can't break the third candle yet, or the first candle. So it's taken that much to come back, whatever that means. The other thing, you got little candle, much bigger candle. Again, it's down, stretching down, looking for it.
Would you say that's a breaker structure, that one?
Yep. Again, really cautiously. Yes. But it didn't hold under it. Broke under it, then broke back above it. And again, if we took that out of there, there's 30 pips. And you know, we used to call these things like open drives and exhaustion counts. We've got all sorts of names, but at the end of the day, my story holds that it's had to reach to find sellers.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody sold up here, and it's had to reach down to find them. But at the same token, there's not a lot of buying to really drive it either. That wasn't real too low to the bottom. Don't think I scored on that. $3.
What'd you just do?
I put 2 shorts on. And I got out of the bottom one at a loss and the top one at a profit and made $3.
What's that, 30 pips?
I made 21 on one and 17, lost 17 on the other one. Yeah. And I think this is going to crack. Maybe not. Nice. It was 27 on one and 15.3 on the other. We're currently sitting in $31.93 profit.
Yeah, right.
Have you experienced for yourself or examined the difference between emotionally losing a trade and emotionally winning a trade? Have you had a little look at that?
I'm more get pissed off when I lose. I'm probably neutral when I win.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is the currency of losing holds a greater emotional state to you than winning does, when they both should be neutral. And that's why I look at these, and these red ones stand out way more than the green ones, and hence I keep turning them off, so I'm not watching them. But what's there for me is to recognize that the emotion of losing impacts me greater than the emotion of winning, even though it should be treated normal. You know what I mean? That'll have me behave in a particular way.
Yeah.
So now we're back into this weird space where it's back over it. We're back long again. Potentially, if it holds. It hasn't held yet. I also look at these wicks, 2 wicks in here, yet you got an engulfing candle here. So there's a lot of counter signals. That just broke that wick. Ooh. I'm targeting this little spot over here. Every so often, if I think it's going to run to there, I'll try and open the take profit up a little bit, like that. Right now, why do I think that's there? Again, for the same reason. Like, there's the bottom of that pool of liquidity. There's the top of that pool of liquidity, roughly speaking. So I don't want to target the wicks down underneath, because that's increasing the risk of my closure. I want to make sure it closes, so I'll put it at the high side on a down trade, short trade. I'll put it on the high side and feed into it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Now we're extending down in this little run 212 pips, so now again got to be cautious. Just as easy to take one short here and find it just reverses back. And we haven't got Tokyo open yet, we're only at 10:30, so at some point we'll get a reversal. And I even find myself catching myself feeling like I'm speaking like a prophet, and what I'm trying to do is speak to what is, what I know, in terms of like a factual conversation with myself. What is, and I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to say, well, there is liquidity here. This is what I trade. There's liquidity, right? That's the bottom of the liquidity with wicks. That's the bottom of the pool of liquidity as I see it. Right? And there's another little breaker structure. It just keeps telling us it's short, and it's pushing down. Where is it now pushing to? We look to the left. There's the bottom of that liquidity pool there for me, above the wicks, and that one is the top of that liquidity pool, roughly, which is this candle in here. And again, yes, if you look at this up here, yes, it went through it, but where did it react on average? And it reacted inside that space. Where did this one push down to? Into this space and then pushes up. What is it doing here? It's signaling that it needs more liquidity. It's married off this gap here from this wick to this wick, closed it all off. Now it's coming back down. Will it keep going? Maybe. And it's just a game, in a sense, Chris, game probability. Like, I didn't think we'd be coming down here. Well, mark this off. There's the next one down. And if you want, what I'll do is I'll put these little boxes in. That's the top and bottom of that particular one there of liquidity pool. The top of it of there, although that took it out, I'd use this one down here as more powerful, and then we've got a box down in here which is the same. It's the bottom of that there, right? Okay, so this one needed liquidity, pushed up. Where did it react? It reacted here. Doesn't always stop them, sure, no problems, but look for where it reacts. And it reacted there. It stopped, it hesitated, it's still hesitating. What's the market telling me now? There's a pool of liquidity here. It's been impacted here. Whatever happens here will eliminate whatever happened over there. Now we're now looking to this one down through here as much, if not more, than we don't look at this over here now, because all of this has neutralized all of that. That makes sense? So I put little caution ones in on these little baby hiccups and go, well, that's a cautionary zone, because even though you didn't really get a change of structure, look what it did. Fucking reacted perfectly. Now, does that mean it's going to keep going like that? I don't know, but it reacted. It's what I've got to expect. Now, that reaction from there to there, fucking 85 pips.
Yeah.
Now, unless this breaks down here, this is a reversal. Can it reverse? Yep. Can it keep going? Yep. But what's the candle telling me now? We're down to 8 seconds to complete this candle. Can't push down any lower. Where it'll come back up into here. I expect. Again, looking for liquidity. It's chasing liquidity. Has it got enough to get through? Not greedy. Take the pips. Thanks for coming. That one, just like me, that gave me 34 pips. I've got set on 30. Okay, it was already over it. 24 bucks. Thanks for coming. We're at $82 profit.
Yeah.
Right? And Chris, I don't know about you. Playing footy, I'd like to know what the score is, but I never watch the scoreboard, so to speak. It's like, yep. It's like just keep myself informed. Where am I at? And this goes to the fat and skinny trading. When I start out, I try to be really, really lean, skinny trading. And as I start to put a bit of beef in the bank, I'll take a slightly higher risk. I'll start adding a little bit more. If that makes sense, and I really keep that in mind, fat and skinny trading. You just thought I was a good looking dude, didn't you? You didn't know I was so smart. Right, again, it's just, just talking it out. Where did it come to?
Yeah.
Right? We've got to bring one of those down here. If you don't uncheck them, they double up. But anyway, you've got to put one of these in because it changed structure just there. Alright, what is it doing? It's coming back to feed into this zone before it pushes up and needs more energy to get up. We're in a long microstructure now. Make sense?
Yeah.
To be in a short structure, it's got to go and crack that one. And if you look at the gap between the two red lines, that's the top of that there, the bottom of that there. Where is it reacting? Right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm really thinking short. If it breaks, see it broke that candle wick there. Now it's pushing again further. Will it go any further? Not, but it's caution plus. Fucking hell. Bucket.
What happened?
Oh, it took me out. Took one. I didn't move that other stop out. take that. Whew. I also would say to you, Chris, that again, if you just before I say that, if you look at this here, from there to there, that's where it reacted. Bottom of this over here. But scalping really suits my personality. Like I'm okay with it. But I also am too aggressive with it. That does not help. Like that. Put a cell on up there, I'm smarter than where I put it on.
So would you go short there where it's retesting the previous low?
Yeah, it's where I've gone short. I got a short on there. And dumbass put one on down the bottom. And we got a new candle now. No. What happened then? Fucking, well, it's got 30 pips. Okay. fuck. Get out of that.
Right.
Oh, it just dropped.
Did you go long?
Yeah, I was long. I was doing all right. Oh, fuck. It's a fucking wild and woolly day today.
That structure's still lower though, isn't it?
Yeah, structure's low now. I expected them to roll back, but it didn't. But anyway, that's what I fucking get for guessing. Still doing okay. Oh fuck, I haven't been recording this. Fuck. Been recording the wrong screen. Oh. This, in my opinion, now is where you got to be really cautious for the rollback. That pink line is open of Tokyo, 11 o'clock, or Asian session. Any thoughts or questions?
What you say? Would you say it's a break of structural higher down there with that load?
It's one of these. Caution. Yeah, definitely. It's like it's feeding back up into the zone. It's gone above. You can move that one across to there. I'd be now, thinking we're right on the edge of breaking the structure. To be really confident that it's a solid break of structure, go through that red line. But yes, it's a micro break of structure. You know, is it going to drive hard north? Maybe, don't know. And we're roughly 6 minutes for London, and you'll get the fuzzy wuzzies in here, and it'll do it, you know, big song and dance and carry on. Bang. So this will close above. Now will it stay above? I think so. Look for a mini pullback. Not always going to come.
Where would you go in long?
Well, I've just gone in long, but I was sort of hoping for a mini pullback. Didn't really show up, but here it is here now. It's coming back to this little liquidity zone in here. New candle. What's it going to do? So we're down to 1 or 2 minutes before open now. This is where it does the little chicken dance.
It's the Tokyo Open.
What's that? Yeah, the pink line. "14 seconds to go to that." The bottom of that wick in there is 76 pips.
Yeah, right.
There you go, filled the gap. There's the bottom of the gap, blue line.
Yeah.
That candle there is clearly the open. For some reason it offsets it, I don't know why, but
So your breaker structure will be back up where that yellow line is, right?
Yep. Well, you got a couple. You got the red line, and then you got another one there, and you got a bigger, much bigger one just sitting in there. Right, and it's gone straight into a pocket of it's gone into a gap and a pocket of liquidity, which is from earlier in the session. So is this going to keep going? If we go up to the 5 minute, it really is only just hit the 5 minute breaker structure, technically on a major way. There's a bigger one up here. A little baby one up here, but a much bigger one is where it is now. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
So it's just broken it there. So, again, you can see its behaviour playing on into that gap. All right, whatever caused that gap, it's causing it to react now. Rightly or wrongly. That was a fucking pussy little trade, that one. Didn't have my big boy pants on with that one, only made 2.7 pips. Fucking edgy. Fucking hell. You don't laugh, Chris, you cry, see? So you got to keep laughing.
Well, a win's a win.
Yeah. If I was to score myself today, Chris, I'd say I'm about a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, in time I'll get better. You know, that's... You know, that last one there, 34 pips, 24 bucks. I'm sitting at $231 in the bank. You know, and it's ranged a fair bit. If you look at not including that last trade, because I haven't got that on the scoreboard yet, this is why it's only a 6 or 7 out of 10. That's what it looked like today. Right, I'm down on my win rate by a country mile. I'm only 63%. 133, lost 19, made 100, you know, sitting on 100, there's $200 there, that's 185, so it will go up a bit in a minute. Again, it's not perfect science, but it's like you can see the red box at the bottom. That's exactly where it reacted, and that red box came from here. Oh, sorry, down this one down here, right there. All right, and it just reacts again. You bring this one over. That's where it reacted there. This is I guess my intention is to master this craft. Like I just love it, and it whether you do it on the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, the 1-hour chart, all of what I'm saying is replicatable on all of those charts. It's exactly the same thing. It's just the relativeness to time. That's all it is. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I sometimes, like in these last, I don't know, week or so, the range of the candles just blows me away. Like from that purple line there down to where it currently is now, it's 133 pips in that candle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't, you know, when you say you want to get after, you know, letting trades run, etc., like, how the fuck do you do that? And when there are 133 pips on the 1 minute chart.
Makes it hard.
Fuck yeah.
Or you just got to go smaller position size.
Sure.
Yeah, the ATR is up to $13. Like it's having a bit of a sell-off. Just dropped $30 on that candle.
Yeah. That was fucking, again, that was stupid trading. Blood rush trading right at the end.
What's that?
I said that was blood rush trading right at the end. There's no need for that. Anyway. Fuck it. I got to stop there, Chris, because I'm going to kill myself otherwise.
What did you do then?
I put 3 shorts on. I put 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top, and I don't know how much I just made. I made $73, lost 32 and lost 7, so made 103 pips, lost 10, lost 45. And I would have got all of them home there, but that's now gambling, and I'm now this is sensible wisdom Randall coming in and saying, I've got to stop because I'm getting too excited. So I'll show you what I've done. I built my little spreadsheet, which will give me my session. made $322. I'm going to run this down to get the exact weight. I have made 1,352 pips. I've lost 881, which leaves me 470 pips, which is 31.39R. I started with $750 in the bank. I finished with 1,072, which is a 43% return on bank.
Is that today?
Yeah. I did 60 trades. I won 38, lost 22. My average dollar return was $24.70. I lost $28, which is pretty close, which is 35.5 pips win and 40 pip loss. So I'm 2.37 R win and 2.67 loss. And I reckon that was about a six, maybe 6 out of 10. I reckon I might be generous and give myself 6.5.
Yeah. Right.
Thoughts or comments?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I guess the first thought is the trades are really quick. How many trades did you say you've just done? 60?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, what did I just say? Hang on, that's yesterday or the other day. Yeah, so I've done 60 trades, 138, lost 22, 63%. So I'm down, well down. I'm about 10% down. I've just got to go to the toilet. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, right.
It is fairly quick, but you get your eye into it, and I've got to say, it's only in the last couple of days that the ranges have been on wicks as big as they are. Like that's really starting to stretch it out now. In that sense, it's
Yeah.
that speeds the game up a bit. And again, I'm not trying to set records in the numbers. I'm just trying to keep my percentage strike rate up. I'm really aiming for that mid 70 mark. So that's why, to me, today's session was, pretty ordinary.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at it, that's what it looks like. All the green and the red,
Yeah. So that's all the trades you did today?
Yeah. You see that a bit clearer?
Yeah. So the colour's not the direction, it's where they're when I lost.
Yes. C-Trader's got a few quirky little things, and that's one of them where MT5 will give you direction where this one won't. So, you know, we started after 9:30, I suppose. So that's roughly an hour and a half, hour 40-minute sesh. I've just got to wait till I've got to wait a couple of 2 minutes to do this manual trade on Zilla, and I can stop the recording. But you got any initial thoughts? What you're thinking?
How many of the losses were stops or just you deciding to close?
All but a couple, and the only reason a couple I didn't move the stop, but nearly all of them are my stops.
Yeah, right.
Because the first thing that I do is I move the stop out of the road, because I'm looking at the average loss and average win, and they're slowly but surely they're coming together and getting better. Like yesterday was 100%, 16 trades, 16 wins. And I find talking to you while I'm trading, like I'm conscious of that. I'm trying to develop myself to be able to trade no matter what. And so it takes more. And it's got nothing to do with you. It's like to do with me. I want to be able to trade no matter what. And I want to be able to see what I'm doing, whether I'm in a cafe, on the back of a boat, or in my trading office. You know, it's like if I'm talking to someone, doesn't matter. I want to be able to repeat. And I think that's doing these little sessions helps me as well to be able to keep the concentration and keep focused. And I think a couple of times I lost a bit of focus in there. But not necessarily even so much talking to you. It's just I'm still mastering my consciousness, if you will. I'm still trying to master that. You stop at the red light no matter what. You just put your foot on the brake and that's what happens. It's like that's how it works, you know. So Zilla's just updated itself. So the way it looks here is $323 profit. There are 60 trades done, as we know. That's what the day looks like. You know, still pretty consistent. You know, it's there. Happy with that. Developing it up. 63% win rate. 38 winners, 22 losers, as we talked about before. And that completes it. If I then go to R, it's 32.93 R.
Well, R's based on your average loss, is it?
No, hang on a minute. That hasn't updated. Why isn't that updated? You wouldn't know, would you? You're not driving it, are you? Why isn't that working? Okay. Whatever reason, it's taken time to come through. From go back to here. This is the 26th of the 8th, 25th of the 8th, 2004 was where I started. That's my November section in there where it went 24 days straight winning. And this is where I am down here now, climbing back. I'm 460 R behind. And dollar-wise, I'm about $1,200 behind. I'm up in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's kicked in there. I don't know why that's not showing up in. It's not showing up on that screen. Got a little glitch. Thanks for coming. So this week I've made $869.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah.
He's driving the ferry.
Well, yeah, and Chris, I don't know. Actually, what I'll do is do that to there. Do the statement. And then I can do the same thing on this one. I am a lot of my jibber jabber. Oh fuck it. I'm really trying to tell you everything that I can say, that I know, that I'm doing, that I experience, to give you, if you will, everything I got. It's like I don't know what else to tell you, or you know.
I think I've just got to, just practice it and make it my own.
100%.
But that speed of getting in and out is a bit of a paradigm shift, I think, for me. I don't know what belief says that, I think I've got a version of it needs to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I mean this in a critical way, but a visual, quite a messy, well, your chart at the end looks pretty messy.
Yeah.
So you probably could have got the same result with 3 or 4 trades. But you got the money in the bank, so it gives a fuck.
Well, I can't tell you how strong that was for me up until 3 or 4 months ago. And again, share the story talking to Luca, and he said, "What the fuck does it matter, Randall? Like, look at the hobo or the homeless guy that goes in and puts his $10 on a 100-to-1 shot at the races, and it comes home. He walks up to the tote and says, 'Here's my ticket. Where's my, $1,000?' And they, oh, yeah. Mate, sorry, we don't serve your kind here. We're not giving you the money. You don't look right.' It's like, what game do you want to be in? Like, what are we doing here? And I know that's easy to say, but mentally you have to sort of stand in front of the mirror in your mental and go, like, what is proper trading? Like, why should my image of what I think right trading is be the benchmark? Like, who am I to say that's the benchmark? Why am I setting this up for myself to say this is just not right? I'm not trading right. This doesn't look right. It's like, fucking get in the game.
Yeah, no, I wasn't suggesting. It was just a reflection of my own thoughts rather than an opinion.
Again, I agree with you. I'm just reflecting back to you what was there for me. It was like, why am I doing this to myself? So just bear with me. I'll stop the recording there.